Zak Baruch. Good morning, everyone. So we're continuing the Halachot, Chelek Dalev Shemishua again, and now we get to the Halachot of Sheva Berachot, a little bit more down to earth, kind of normal Halachot. So there's actually a big machloket with regards to in Sfaradim regarding Sheva Berachot. So when it comes to Sheva Berachot after the marriage, the 7 days of Simcha, and when there is a Seudah that's made for the honor of the Chatan Kala, and the Chatan Kala are present, both the Chatan and Kala, so then we recite 7 blessings. The 7 blessings we recite under the chuppah are the 7 blessings that are recited there. In addition, one does need what's called panim chadashot, a new face, someone that was not at the wedding or not at a prior Sheva Berachot, to be at that current Sheva Berachot in order to unlock all 7 brachot. Sometimes it needs a little bit of preparation to get that person, except for Shabbat, we don't need the panim chadashot. But there's a discussion as to where the location needs to be for saying the Sheva Berachot. We're all used to wherever that location is, meaning, one friend sets up a Sheva Berachot this night, 10 people, that's what's also needed, you need a minyan. Now, there's a Chatan Kala, you have the panim chadashot, you're good, Sheva Berachot. You do it here, you do it in a hall, you do it in a restaurant. That's fine. And that's what Ashkenazim do. Rabbi Shalom Asa says that's what the Moroccans did. And wherever the Sheva Berachot is hosted, that's fine. Rabbi Avodah Yosef, this is also, in the Shulchan Aruch, there's this discussion as well. Rabbi Avodah Yosef said, Davka, specifically in the house of the Chatan. That's where the Sheva Berachot is. And if the Seudah is happening not at the house of the Chatan, then not all the Sheva Berachot are said. Just the first bracha and the last bracha. That's also the same case when there's no panim chadashot, and no minyan, I don't think you say any. So he's quite strict on that. And that's the way it used to be back in the day, where people would get married and all the Sheva Berachot were in the Bet Chatanim, the house of the Chatan. But Rav Shalom Asa says, no, it's even wherever the Seudah is. So I've never actually experienced a Sheva Berachot that was cut down to the 2 brachot only because it was not Bevet Chatanim. But from what I understand, Rav Ovadia was strict with that, and those that follow Rav Ovadia Yosef with this would also be strict on this point. Yes.
Every day you say Sheva Berachot?
During the 7 days after the wedding. Every day. Now, it's not a chiyuv unless there's a seudah in the honor of the Chatam Kala during the 7 days, then there's a chiyuv to say the Sheva Berachot. But there's not a chiyuv to make a seudah every day of the 7 days. We do it nowadays, and ideally one should do it to try to get at least 1 seudah per day. That's for the honor of the Chatam Kala, etc. That's why a lot of times this friend does a Sheva Berachot, that person, this one. But it's not an obligation. If a person misses a day and there's no one that did a Sheva Berachot that day, then it's still okay. When it comes to the Sheva Berachot, we said we need a minyan, and ideally a minyan that's eating bread, it's a seudah, and or we could do, like we've experienced here, seudah shalishit, 7 people that eat bread, 3 people that don't eat bread but participate in the meal, that's already considered good enough for the minyan, for the Sheva Berachot. Now, under the chuppah, ideally, one should use 2 cups of kiddush, because we say the word Perek Geffen 2 times for the irusin, the kiddushin, and the nisuin, and we separate the 2 times of brachot by reading the ketubah, saying a speech, etc., with the Birkat irusin, and at the end the Sheva Berachot. So ideally, 2 cups of wine, even though 1 cup is still okay. But there is a discussion as well with regards to a Sheva Berachot party, meaning after the wedding, and now there's the person that says Birkat Hamazon, and he's holding a cup, because ideally you should say Birkat Hamazon over a cup of wine, and when you have a minyan, and some do it when there's even 3 people, and do you have to have another cup for the Sheva Berachot? So in general, we're used to Ashkenazim, that you have 2 cups. Rabbi Shalom Asa says the minhag was actually 1 cup, and I recently spoke to Rabbi Yisayag about this, that people would argue with him at a Sheva Berachot, and he says the Moroccan minhag was 1 cup of, and I'm reviewing this again last night, that so there's one person that said Birkat Hamazon with a cup of wine, and that same cup was passed around to whoever said the Sheva Berachot, and then the last one was the Bor Priya Gefen, and then they would drink and give to the Chatan and Kala, etc. As opposed to what Ashkenazim do and other Sfaradim do as well, where it's 2 cups. One for the one that said Birkat Hamazon, and another cup now that was going around, people say Sheva Berachot with it, and then the 2 cups are mixed, etc. Last point is the person that is saying the Bor Priya Gefen does not need to drink majority of the cup, or even say under the chuppah. It doesn't need to have majority of the cup drunk. Even a te'ima, even a taste, and a taste of the chatan and kala is enough. Actually, now the last point is that the chatan and kala should know that when Sheva Berachot are being said, it's Berachot said for them, and therefore they should be quiet during the time of the Sheva Berachot, certainly under the chuppah, where the Bor Priya Gefen is said for them, and they're going to be drinking from the cup afterwards. But even during the regular 7 days after the wedding, the Sheva Berachot, of course, are for them, but they also ideally shouldn't be talking during that time to receive the Berachot. There shouldn't be any interruption. Okay, that's that for today. Mincha tonight at 4:20. Have a good day, everyone, and Shabbat Shalom, 4:20.